Hello everyone. If you are looking for scholarships abroad for higher studies and you have absolutely no idea where to start, don't worry. I got you. In this video I have discussed various types of scholarships. You can subscribe to my channel if you want to keep track of them. I will be discussing here all these kinds of scholarships, graduate, undergraduate and exchange scholarships from time to time. So please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. In this video I have discussed the general introduction of the scholarships, like what are the basic requirements, what kind of scholarships you can avail, and how can you avail. So without any delay, let's get to the content of the video. Scholarships can be fully funded, partial funded, or by any third party like professor or any agency. Fully funded scholarships are those in which you don't have to pay anything from your pocket. Everything will be covered by the scholarship provider, ranging from your tuition fees, your monthly expenses. If you are abroad, then your visa expenses and your flight ticket. And in partial scholarships you may have to pay for pay for your monthly expenses or some portion of your annual tuition fees or something like that. Professor scholarships are mostly research-based scholarships. They are for MPhil or PhD. They are for in this scholarship, your professor will be paying your expenses and your tuition fees will be waived off. Sometimes that funding can range from $1,000 to $1,500, depending on the region and country you are going. And third party funded scholarships are like Fulbright scholarships, any government scholarships like Global Korea scholarship, Chinese government scholarships, and many regional scholarships like in Italy, Commonwealth scholarships. Now coming to the basic requirements of the scholarships. Many scholarships can have various requirements, but they all come to the following basic requirements, starting from your CV and then your statement of purpose and your degree certificate that may be official or unofficial. Your testimonials can be your degree or transcript. Official means your university or your degree provider institute has to submit your documents on your behalf. And then there is a statement of purpose, motivation letter, or then you have research proposal, recommendation letters, standardized tests like IELTS, TOEFL, or GRE, GMAT, your passport, and sometimes acceptance letter. Now I will discuss each one of them, just individually, each of them in detail. Your CV, like what do you have to include in your academic CV? What differences you can make it from your resume or your job CV? The the maximum length of your CV must be 2 pages if you are going for MPhil or PhD. For some postdocs you can go for 3 or 4 pages, but 2 pages are the ideal size. Your introduction must include your full name, your contact details, your highest education. You can add your CGPA if it is very high, like 3.5 plus on the scale of 4 or 4.5 plus on the scale of 5. If it is less than that, then don't do it. Your professional and research experience must include any research internship or any published manuscripts. Uh, like uh, Manuscripts can be a big deal for bachelor students if you don't have a quality research background, or you are in middle of some research project or writing a manuscript. If your manuscript is like half done, and from from that work you can point out your abstract, then you should add a portion like manuscript under development, and you can add the possible abstract of your paper that will increase your chances of getting scholarships. And it worked for me, so yeah, definitely it will work for someone else. You can also add your language proficiency. If you don't have any exam, then please don't write, don't give skills, or don't give bands to yourself. Just write I'm proficient in English or any other language. If you have IELTS, then go for the bands you have attend, or you can also give a general title of standardized tests, and then add your GRE, GMAT, and IELTS or TOEFL or any other score you have. And last, add 2 or 3 references. References are very important. Do not include the whole reference letter, please. Just write the contact details of your referees, their full name, their position, their affiliation, and their contact, their professional CV, like the institutional CV, and institutional email address. That will be very important. Also include some of the online courses you have done related to your work. Now coming to the most important part of your application, statement of purpose. Now first, to clear the misunderstanding, the statement of purpose can go with many names like letter of motivation, letter of intent, or sometimes it is also called a study plan, like in case of Chinese Scholarship Council. So or sometimes it is also referred as biography essay or scholarship essay. Now what to include in your statement of purpose, as it is the most, I will repeat, it is the most important part of your application. Like in this essay you have to sell yourself. You have to give your introduction, where you are from, what have you done, your achievements and honors, what inspired you to apply for this program. Be as specific as you can. And in the second paragraph, state your experience or academic activities. Any research project you have participated in, what were your responsibilities in that project, what did you learn from it, and how it motivated you to choose the program you are applying for. In third paragraph, state why this particular program, why this lab. If you have contacted a professor first, then write the name of the lab and relate yourself to the work of that professor. If you have not contacted any professor, you may write names of 2 to 3 labs in the uni which you want to join. Some of the times, most of the times, it is required that you indicate the name of 2 to 3 professors you want to work in, so they will forward your essay to them, and if they like it, like you, then you can have a pretty good chance of securing admission. And the most important thing in this paragraph is to resonate your experience with the program and lab, with the lab and with the professor specifically, and how you will be a good fit for it, and include the significance of your study, like why it is important and what work has been done in it previously. In the fourth paragraph, write your short-term and long-term goals. Tell them how you are going to be benefited by these scholarships, and also add why this scholarship, why this particular university, and what are you going to do after your PhD. Now coming to the research proposal. Research proposal is mostly required for the PhD scholarship. If you are going for masters, you are not supposed to write a research proposal unless asked. If you are preparing for your application for a PhD, then you must have your research proposal made there, because it can be required or asked at any time in your application. Most of the times you have to add your research proposal to the scholarship, or to your scholarship application or your admission application. Research proposal, it is a concise and coherent summary of your proposed research. It sets out the central issues or questions that you intend to address. It outlines the general area of study within which your research falls. It is also one of the most important documents you submit. It gives you an opportunity to demonstrate that you have the aptitude for the graduate level. It must contain tentative title for your intended research. You can revive it if you are accepted for admission. Like, it is not that the proposal you have submitted, you have to work on it. They just want to know your drafting skills and your knowledge of the program or the topic you are going to pursue. It should include a concise statement of your intended research or abstract. In the research context, You should explain the broad background against which you will conduct your research. You should include a brief overview of the general area of study within which your proposed research falls. Summarizing the current state of knowledge and recent database or debates on the topic. This will allow you to demonstrate a familiarity with the relevant field as well as the ability to communicate clearly and concisely. And in research questions, you should set out the central aims and questions that will guide your research. Before writing your proposal, you should take time to reflect on the key questions that you are seeking to answer. You might find it helpful to prioritize one or two main questions from which you can then derive a number of secondary research questions. The proposal should also explain your intended approach to answering the questions. Will your approach be empirical, doctrinal, or theoretical, etc., or something like. Now, research method. The proposal should outline your research methods. Explain how you are going to conduct your research. Your methods may include visiting particular libraries or archives, fieldworks, or interviews, or sometimes you need a particular instrument for your research, and particular facility that many labs don't have. Then for this, you first go through the lab's website or your university's website, go for and search what instruments or what are the facilities they provide to the graduate students, and then tailor your proposal according to those facilities. Now, then you must include the significance of research, like the proposal should demonstrate the originality of your intended research. You should therefore explain why your research is important, for example, by explaining how your research builds on and adds to the current state of knowledge in the field, or by setting out reasons why it is timely to research your proposed topic. Then you should add bibliography. The proposal should include short bibliography identifying the most relevant works for your topic. Now the question is how long it should be. The proposal should be around 2500 words. It is important to bear in mind that specific funding bodies might have different word limits, or they may have a special format for their application. So you should go to their website, read out all the guidelines, and then make your proposal. Now coming to recommendation letters. These letters are statements from your previous supervisors or any teacher. Sometimes your boss can also write one for you. In this letter, a recommender must provide summary of your personality, his or her relation with you, how long they have known you, your work ethic, and why they think you will be the best fit for this program. These letters are submitted in two ways. Either your recommender will receive a link from the university and then they will have set of instructions to provide the recommendation for you. Sometimes candidates can upload the recommendation letter on behalf of the recommender, for which you have to request your recommender to print out the recommendation letter on the university letterhead. University letterhead is very important. That says that like it is a professional letter. Then he or she should stamp it and provide it to you, and then you can upload it on your application. Ideal length for research or for a recommendation letter is 4 to 5 paragraphs. Please don't go for generic ones. Please request your professor to make a specific one only for you. That will highly increase your chances of getting the scholarships, and they are very important. Sometimes people are rejected on the basis of only the laziness of the recommenders, or how good the recommendation letters were not. So to the acceptance letter. Sometimes you are required to provide a consent letter from one of the faculty members from the university you are applying to, like the university where you are willing to go and pursue your research. To that your future PI is ready to supervise your research if you are accepted as a graduate student in your university. Having this letter will 90% guarantee your admission to the application. This letter can really boost your chance of admission. Sometimes it solves your problem of funding, as professor will indicate that he or she is ready to fund you, and then university will not be reluctant in giving you admission. In my next videos, I will discuss in detail how to get the acceptance letter and the email content and format to reach out to your PI, like how to reach out to them, what to include in your email, what documents you can send to your supervisor before writing your application or anything. Now coming to the that is the language proficiency, or we can say that standard exam scores. Having a valid IELTS or TOEFL score in your hand greatly boosts your application. In majority of the cases they are mandatory. You have to obtain a specific score that may range from 5.5 to 7.5. I have seen 7.5 as the highest requirement, and 6.5 or 7 is the most average one. You can also go around this requirement if you think you are not ready for the exam, or you can't simply afford the exam. You can get a letter from your home university stating the language of instruction in the university is English. Um, that's all for now. I hope I made sense. If you have come this far, please subscribe to this channel as well, as I will be uploading a lot of videos related to scholarships and fundings. Thank you for watching.